I attempted to push my Crow to rank 35 in Brawl Stars. As a player who only a month ago had no interest in competitive Brawl Stars, I'm going to take you through the journey that forced me to learn new strategies and forced me to improve at the game faster than I ever have before. And we only had 1 week to achieve rank 35 because the trophy season was about to reset. And rather than going step by step through each match, I'm also going to go into detail about what I learned during this push to hopefully help anybody else who's been struggling to get better at the game, or even people who are struggling to get the grind set. I'm still not an incredible player, and in fact, even after this push, I wouldn't even consider myself a good player yet, but getting into this with an open mind helped me at least understand the game better, and with that, I can eventually become a better player. Getting into this, I understood that things were going to get a lot harder. Each win at this point only gained roughly 5 trophies, while each loss removed 10 or more, and that ratio would only become more difficult the higher we went. In our previous push, we mainly played Hot Zone. In my opinion, that is by far Crow's best mode, or it's at least my most comfortable mode when I'm playing Crow. I was quick to learn that Crow is amazing at controlling his enemies. Rather than being aggressive, it's best to stay as far back as possible as long as you can shoot and apply pressure, and your main focus should be on poking your enemies and really just annoying them so they feel less confident with pushing forward into a zone. As somebody who mains the solo showdown and somebody who really loves getting super aggressive for no reason, it took some time to get used to this. Another thing that came as a harsh realization was the fact that Crow, despite his trait being an assassin, is hardly an assassin at all. With a combination of extremely low base health and a pretty low amount of burst damage, jumping in as Crow is more of a Hail Mary than anything else. I learned that sending it to secure a kill wasn't the right way to play him at all. The only time you should really do that is if you're completely confident that you can get that kill and there's no other enemies nearby, but besides that, it's not really worth just jumping in on one person. Instead, it's actually more worth it to save your super in case somebody rushes up on you, like a Mortis. You can actually hard counter Mortis with your super as Crow, or if you want to get risky, you could jump in and hopefully poison the entire enemy team and pop a slow gadget on them so then your team can secure a few kills. And that brings me to Crow's most important aspect, his slowing toxin gadget. It's well known that this gadget is basically the only reason why he's even a viable brawler at the moment, but using these gadgets at the right time is key to winning any match. If you see an enemy brawler overextend and your teammate is in a good line to hit a few shots on them, that might be a good time to use the slow gadget. When used at the right time, you can almost guarantee that the enemy is going to die because of it, but if you want to get even more value out of it, you can try to poison more than one enemy at a time and slow them both in hopes that you and your team have the right positioning and the right resources to take them out within 3 seconds. With only 3 gadgets to use per match, you have to be extremely mindful to use them at the right times, but also make sure that you don't use all of them too soon. Doing so could easily allow the enemies to get a comeback, especially if there's a few key moments later in the game where the gadget would have been perfect for keeping them from actually getting that comeback. Those are just a few things that I was learning about Crow as we went on to this push, but I'm no professional, so I shouldn't really be talking about this too much. So let's move on to the push itself. It started out pretty good. We might have had a few hiccups here and there, but for the most part, we were making clean and quick progress towards 1,050 trophies. Byron's gone. Now I got the heal gear to heal me up in 3 ticks. Oh, I didn't get the 3rd one.
Oh my god, yeeted and deleted, dude. 100 to 3?
Let's
this
go!
This is 1,000 trophy matchmaking. This game is meant for... That's toast! These are pro players, by the way, for the record, if any guys didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, these guys are pros. They are going to the World Finals in competing in Paris. That is real. Yeah, I swear to God.
At this point, I still wasn't positioning myself properly. My aim was pretty bad because I was playing on a new device that I'm not used to playing on, and I did not fully understand what fights I could and could not take, which is arguably the most important thing. Connor was basically coaching me the entire time, which obviously helped me understand what I should and should not do a lot faster. Even then, as we saw different brawlers or people playing the game differently, I realized I still had a long way to go before I would be any real help to my team. Using this same hot zone map for the entire day, we were able to push all the way up to 1100 with ease. See this Jen right here? Bah, bah, bah. She's dead. See this Brock right here? Bah.
All right, well, we really, I'm not gonna lie, rank 32, we unironically 100-0'd them.
But just as I was getting into the groove, it was getting late, so we decided to get off and we continued the next day. Day 2 was a bit different. Rather than waiting for Hot Zone to come back, we decided to play Bounty, which is a mode that I am not confident with whatsoever. Even getting into it, I told Connor that I'm not sure how it would go, and my worries were valid because after an entire day of pushing, we hardly made any progress. Every few wins we snatched, we also copped a loss to the face, and because each loss needed 3 wins worth of trophies to recover, things simply were not as easy on day 2. After almost reaching 1150 trophies, we lost a few in a row and went straight back down to 1100.
Okay, we just got embarrassed. I mean, we were the teams we were just beating the brakes off of for the last hour.
So after that bad streak and more than 5 hours later, we decided to call it quits again, and we waited until day number 3 when we could play Hot Zone again. Day 3 went much better than day 2. Hot Zone was back and we were ready to crush any enemy that came our way. After brainstorming a perfect plan to catch some easy wins, we went in and pushed as fast as we possibly could. I stuck to the right zone while Connor used Griff's gadget to break the perfect sets of walls, and with that, I had a good position to stick near, Lola had a good position, and Connor could clear up any kills he wanted, which worked out pretty well. This day, for the most part, raised my confidence a lot, but it also came with an interesting realization. Brawl Stars is similar to Overwatch. While yes, being good at the game will get you places, it won't get you to the top. What gets you to the top is choosing the right brawlers. No matter how good you're doing, or if you're better than your enemies or not, if you face the right assortment of enemy brawlers, there is nothing you can do to win that match. So while sometimes we countered the enemies, there were also times where the enemies countered us. By this point, all it came down to was luck. And for a while, luck was on our side. We managed to push all the way back up to 1150 with ease, and later that day, we finally reached 1,200 trophies.
Nice. Oh, yes! Ooh. Yes!
Let's go!
Oh my god, dude, if she had one more shot, she might have killed you.
Oh my goodness!
1,200, boys!
Woo! With only 50 trophies left, time was unfortunately coming to a close. My crow ended off at rank 34, which I personally think is kind of funny. I really don't care that much to reach rank 35. Yeah, it would look cool on my account, but it doesn't really mean anything besides placing a badge over my brawler. What matters the most is this experience helped me to understand the game better, it boosted my interest in learning more about the competitive side of Brawl Stars, and I'm really excited for the next season of Power League because now I can pick Crow with full confidence when the situation is right to do so. I want to learn more about this game, and I'm going to spend the next few months doing so, whether it's simply by playing Power League or even trying other methods of improving. I thought it might be best to get good at the game that I play and upload every single day. Does this mean that I'll be posting a bunch of competitive content in the future on this channel? Probably not. I do post Power League every single day on my More Nubstreet channel, so feel free to check that out if you want a daily upload of my Power League grind. Big thank you to Connor and all of the pros who helped us out during this push. Obviously, I only got this far because I was getting carried. Trust me, I'm not stupid. I realize that you don't have to comment it, but feel free to do so if it makes you feel better about yourself. I got into this because I want to get better at the game, not because I want to see a badge on my brawler. So maybe eventually I'll try it again on a different brawler, and either way, I think rank 34 looks way funnier than rank 35.